Hello, everybody. This is my second video of my explorations into a wide variety of topics. And let me minimize this and go into this game. Um, I just made a video. I'm trying to publish it. Running into a little slow networking problems, but it's quite alright. I'm sure it'll upload by the end of this video. And let me turn the sound to let it. Where do I begin? So my last video was about the confinement of souls. And this next video, topic change. Let me think. Let's talk about science and destruction. Because science is a very destructive force, which is amusing, given the fact it is supposed to build upon each other. But humans are not so simple. Humans are not so simplistic that science is just this easy benefit to everything. It's sure as hell beneficial. But there's also this certain level of nihilism that comes with science that must be understood in order to understand reality. And it's like people are trying to understand it on the highest science level, and they're willing to defeat other ideas because they think it's not connected to science, when it can most certainly be connected to science. And so how do science and destruction work simultaneously, right? Well, you gotta have a consciousness that is susceptible to science, be that a sentient life form, right? What I view as sentience is not the mainstream thought of what sentience is. I think a crow can be scientific because of its sentience, right? Like it grabbing a little rock, taking that rock, and dropping it on somebody's head that they don't like. I think that's a sentient or conscious choice that crow is making. But there's this pushed narrative that animals don't have sentience in order for us to keep killing them in the billions, right? I don't think people want to deal with the moral hierarchy of like, what if we are killing people in the billions that are sentient, right? But it's a huge debate, not with me, but with scientists. I've learned debate to be not as useful. And the best scientists correlate their understandings, causate them, and modify their own understandings together in a good conversation that isn't a debate, right? And there's certain accepted knowledge, right? And that's a huge part of science too, is the accepted knowledge. Like, what is accepted and what is declined in the scientific machine? Now that is something to think about, because the grand populace is trying to accept certain things and decline certain things. Like spirit, from my last video. Is spirit real? Is there any scientific proof of spirit? I mean, that's been talked about quite a lot. And it's like, well, maybe. Maybe isn't good enough. It's gotta be a yes or a no. And it's like, what does spirit mean? And when I think of spirit, I think of science, and I think of inner monologues and the monologue. But gosh, does the monologue cause a lot of problems. Hearing a voice, I could do without it. I could do without hearing a voice in my head. I mean, just causes so many problems. I worship animals. I know that isn't probably the smartest thing to do, but I worship them because animals are so grounded in Earth and their environment, usually. Sometimes they go into psychosis. But that's when the environment is bad. Right? You're in a zoo and somebody's making faces at you at a gorilla, so you run up and you get ungrounded and you pound the glass. Right? That's happened in a zoo that I went to. And that's very ungrounding. But that's like a grounded action at the same time, right? They're running and that run is grounded. Everything that I think about animals, I think about groundedness. When they do an action, it's not because they've gone insane. It's not because they've like human judgment, right? They've gone insane. They've lost their mind. Their hormones and their neurotransmitters activate in their synapses in a more grounded way than humans. When I see a crow, I just think of the peace of that crow. And I know not every human's the same. I know I'm very ungrounded by nature, and it leaves me trying to figure out space-time too many times. Or trying to figure out, do matrices exist? Is AI in the environment? Are we totally like many thoughts that are existential? Because I am so existential I can't function. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to re-ground myself in the most human thing I can do, which is communicate. There's a power scientifically in reading and writing. And for right now, I would assume that this is a type of record writing, right? Speaking out loud and recording it on a camera is very similar to that of writing. They are different, but on writing platforms like Word, there's voice dictation now. So we're really trying to just sculpt that inner monologue, right? Remember when I said I could do without an inner monologue? Because my life would be so much more simple without it, and there would be less problems. But because I have such an inner monologue, I have to redefine my character, redefine this, do that, and it's exhausting. And I just want to go to the gym, and I just want to be grounded when I swim. And destruction, right? Do you see what I've been doing this entire time? I've been scientifically destroying certain ideas. That's what science does. It destroys ideas and accepts certain ideas. But is that ratio right? Is that grounded? Maybe for a lot of scientists, but the humans I've talked to, which is thousands, not the case. Not the case. And these people who think they're scientifically grounded, someone could always give a valid opinion that could throw them off, right? It's like, I mean, I guess some people get to live in ignorance, right? But I think, all in all, it's far more complex. It's very complex, right? It's like, what? I don't think science should be destroying things, and that's why the title is Science is Destruction, or Science Can Cause. Who knows what the title would be? This would. I shouldn't think about it now. I should think about it later. But it's like, why? Why does science just keep destroying everything? Like, stop. Stop. Aren't you supposed to be the thinker? Aren't you supposed to be the thing that's helping the Matrix? Aren't you supposed to be the thing that's helping Earth to space-time? But you're destroying everything? You're killing God? You're making everyone nihilistic? You're making everyone think about global warming as if it's going to kill us all tomorrow? That's not science. Don't get me wrong, global warming is a real problem. But it's going to take hundreds of years of effect to take place. And it's happening now. in every present moment. But this is totally destructive. Do you think my character is getting stronger as a result of thinking about an existential crisis like the environment on that level? No. Am I getting any benefit from thinking about this? No. Is it making my mental health worse? Yes. Are humans supposed to be thinking about things like this? No. I know that is probably an interesting thought and quite conflicting, but humans are not supposed to be overthinking. That is not how they're designed to exist. They're supposed to be grounded in just their very existence. And then they solve those problems, not destroying their own mental health with science. And I think science might be a cause of a lot of mental health problems. I'm not saying religion is the right move, but I am saying that science is not a perfect end all. And it's most certainly not a perfect story, because it's not a story, it's a science. What I like about being human is stories, because stories aren't destructive like science. If everything was about science, why the heck is the nonfiction and fantasy and sci-fi and all the romance and all this fictional hobgoblin? Oh, where did that word come? Paganism, I guess. Like, why is science destroying everything? Maybe I'm just thinking that, but I don't feel like I'm just thinking that. I feel like science is deliberately destroying everything, culture and people. Literally destroys things. Science is a concept, I get it, like experiments, questioning, yada yada. But that questioning leaves us ungrounded, and our spirits like, I have to understand every little thing. They're not supposed to understand every single detail of every single thing that exists. That is what the gods are for. Right? The Egyptian gods, Anubis, I pray to him quite often. Or Baphomet, or not the Christian god. I haven't been dead, I think it's that one. Or the Allah one, or Ganesha, Dalmas, Buddha. Some gods I like. I feel like I have personal experiences. I love science, but I don't like what it's doing to people. I don't like how it's making people nihilistic. Doomer. Right? The end of the world is coming. AI is going to take everything. Science is like this cynical demon in the background, just like trying to confide everyone. That's not what science is for. Science is for exploration. Right? So why is it destroying so many ideas? Why is it destroying so much? I do think chaos magic has something to do with that. And judgment. I think judgment is so powerful because we're judging our ideas, or at least I am, and a lot of people that I've seen. A lot of people are judging their ideas too much, and that is very ungrounding. It's getting a little chilly in my room. My window's wide open. It's probably 60 degrees out. That's not cold compared to some of you. There's this one YouTuber who, she has this channel. She does cinematography in Sweden. Her name's Jonna Jinton. Oh my god. She is the most beautiful art I've ever seen. So beautiful. And it's all nature oriented, and I'm a very nature oriented guy. Nature science, but nature is also God. Not the Christian God, just the concept of God, right? I feel like nature is always attempting to ground everyone. But science wants to get in the way of that, and I don't like that. I don't like how science is making me question everything. I don't like how science is making us believe we know everything. I don't like how science is making people arrogant. I don't like how scientists can't agree on things. And I don't like how scientists contradict themselves and overthink. And that's the part that's destructive, right? The overthinking, the consciousness overthinking. Animals aren't doing that. Well, some of them are. But most animals aren't doing it. They're doing their motor function. And that's what the brain is for, right? The brain isn't for science. I mean, it kind of is. But the brain is mainly for motor function. We know this about anatomy. It's like motor function is everything. Our brain is as big as it is in order for motor function to work. But I'm going to try to kill this horde player, by the way. We're going to see if I succeed. He's running away. I think he knows. Or she knows. It's a she-orc. I think she knows I'm coming for her. But how do we revamp science to not be destructive? Okay. Here we go. Let's see if I win this. We're about the same level, so this is more manageable. Sometimes I fight a player that is too high level, and that leaves me stranded. Can't see. I will have to spam Moonfire, unfortunately. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna run out of mana. Because she health botted. Oh, no. Oh, I won. I did it. Woohoo. I won. A fair fight where we both full health. I'm quite proud of that one. I need to heal. Well, I don't know. Like, why does science destroy so much when it's supposed to build? We're supposed to build on top of each other. Maybe it's just my perspective, right? But it's like, no, I think it's really destroying people on the inside. Because everything's so... It's like everything's trying to base themselves in science. And it's like taking us closer to death. I know that's really emo. But that's what I think. I think science... I don't know. I'm not grounded by it. Sometimes I am. Some scientists are the most grounded people, right? And then other times I hear something that scientists say and I'm like the most like, what's his name? Sam Altman, the founder and the CEO of ChatGPT, one of the main AI heads. He says some of the most ungrounded things ever. Like, yes, he says, yes, AI might destroy the world, but we'll create some amazing startup companies. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, let's destroy the world for business. Like, what? I see him as a scientist. He went to Stanford, went to an Ivy League for 2 years. I mean, I don't know. I just sometimes think science doesn't ground people. And I guess I'm so oriented around grounding because I want my soul to get better. I don't think science has helped my soul. I think nature's helped my soul. I think culinary arts, it is a science. I practice science every day. I have a bachelor's of science, right, from the school. But I don't know. Like, I studied for 4 years, and I don't think science is all that. I think people use science like a religion, and that's destructive. I think there is a place for dreams, nightmares, and magic. I think there's a place for the arts. I think there is a place for the gods. And what science does is it tries to break away things from Earth, right? It tries to break away the gods for us, make people not even think about it. So nihilism ensues. Like, in what world is a bad mental health a good outcome? If it's really science, it should be providing good neurological outcomes, right? Shouldn't that be the foundation of science? Good neurology. Science was made by the collective brains, not all at one system, but like Earth, evolution of wisdom. And I just think science is destroying everything. It's dramatic. It's like trying to kill us all. Whether it's the AI data centers or destroying religions. Oh, the science to make expert weaponry. Because a lot of STEM people go straight into the... Here, have $300,000 a year for making weaponry for the US military. All the governments are giving the scientists the money to kill us all. Destruction. I get it, it's supposed to be something more, right? But no. Let's engineer bombs that come out of submarines. Let's start using drones like a video game and blow people's heads up. It's like so unnerving. Like, why is science doing this? Why is it killing people? It's like Iron Man, like Stark Enterprises or Stark Weaponry or whatever. Yeah. He's a scientist, I mean, imaginary scientist, but it just reminds me of that movie. But nevertheless, science is destroying so much. And everything's oversaturated too. Whoa. Gaming's oversaturated. TikTok, all the algorithms are oversaturated. Healthcare is getting oversaturated too. And if science is so good, why is everyone so bad? We're in the most scientific period of the present moment, as we live all the time. But mental health is terrible. Neurotypicals hardly exist. Something's not right. Something's just not right. The smarter you get, the more mentally ill you get. And science isn't destroying that. It's building all the problems, but it's destroying all the things that make us human. And I don't think I'm above science. Maybe. I'm joking. I'm joking. There are probably many scientists who are in love and infatuated with science, right? It's their very grounding mechanism. But they all seem ungrounded to me, just like me. You know, and I think intelligent people are attracted to science because it grounds them, right? It's like, oh, yay, I'm answering questions that I create for myself. Or I'm answering questions that other people have created. Ugh, I just think creativity is being defeated by science. Like, over and over. Or realism. Like, science and realism, I feel like they go hand in hand. And it's just... I'm gonna go look for that Orc Warrior. Again. Because it was fun killing her. I actually didn't know if I'd win that fight. But yeah, science is just so fucking destructive. I think we were better off believing in something than unhinging ourselves. Maybe it's my own philosophies taking root, but the more pagan I become, the more I believe in nature power, the less scientific I become, and I feel better. Something's wrong with science if people feel better when they're not scientific. Like, I would rather be delusional. But not really. Like, delusional is like so hard to become because science is constantly making us less delusional, right? But it's like delusion is like a safety net. It's like, oh my god, there are gods out there that help me in this cold, cold world. Yes. It's like, oh, really? It's like, that feels great. I love the gods. Humans for a long historical time have believed in gods across many different societies. And it's purposeful, you know? It helps them cook, it helps them eat, it helps them sleep. But science is like, you must understand the most advanced mathematics in order to succeed as a scientist in this day and age. Most people are like, I can't do that. And the people who are like, I can do, they're like, yeah, so easy. It's not easy. Being in STEM must be so hard. I've just heard stories. I couldn't do it. Get a PhD in this environment where you need a 4.0 at all times. Jesus. How ungrounding is that? You have to obtain OCD in order to survive the academic environment. That just... No thank you. I'd rather drink my tea and like think creatively. Be an artist. Why are arts and science at war with each other? It's like, ugh. Just make up already. Work together. That's my magical self talking. Let them dance their parlay, their Zumba. But they don't. Everything's just clashing and like fighting to the death all the time. Science is trying to kill everything else. It's like, science, stop. You're making people think AI controls everything. Everyone believes in the Matrix. Stop. The Matrix won't let people go to heaven. We all know it. It's like, is that even science anymore? It's just sci-fi. It's just sci-fi. Science fiction. But it's like science fiction is like breaking into science. And these scientists are like all talking about it. And it's scary. It's totally scary. It's like, stop. Stop ungrounding yourself. We don't have to go that far. We're all on a journey together. But science makes it so nobody understands that. And individualism, right? Why do people feel so alone and lonely right now? Worse than ever. It's because nobody's talking to each other. We're all just like on algorithms. Is that what science procures? Just algorithms for everyone? Is that what you want? You want to go to a cloud and just like look at an algorithm forever. I get that, actually. That would be very peaceful. But no, we are life forms, right? We must ground in being a brain and a body. At least for now. This is on the World Wide Web, so maybe later on somebody can see this and be like, well, we're no longer there. Maybe a bot. Are they considered bots at that point? I think we don't have to go there. Look at what science doing. Destroying the foundations of my grounding efforts. Again. I'm just sitting over here like, please stop. Please stop, science. We'll go for another 10 minutes somehow. Okay. I don't want to go too long, because that would be a lot for somebody to like listen to. I don't know, I could listen to it. But other people, you know, I'm looking forward to making these videos. I just want some 100 views, a few hundred views. That'd be nice. But science, tricky. Having memories that never happened. So annoying. Sorry about that. Totally lost focus. These gorillas have killed thousands of this. I've been here for so long. Look at how much time I played. Oh, you can't. It says 5 days, 15 hours, 36 minutes, 47 seconds. 4 hours and 14 minutes on this character at this level of 41. Vanilla World of Warcraft. At 1 times XP. What are you gonna do? But yeah, I was thinking about making a TikTok, but I think I'm just gonna do YouTube. Make it simple. I used to journal, but this is way better because I get to just talk. For a while, I was like, no, I can't talk to a screen, but that's great. Better than therapy. I shouldn't say that. What if my therapist watches? Okay, so paranoid. But it's really a question of how do we stop science from destroying everything? Maybe we can't. Science is supposed to save us from global warming, but there's so many using the money in the wrong way. Here it goes again. Here comes my existential dread from science. I'm just not supposed to think that way, is what I think. I'm supposed to be born 100 years ago when science wasn't where it is now, at its peak. But no, we live in a peak scientific environment. And that is just too hard. Why is life so hard? I get it, I'm not running around like throwing spears at people, but like, there's a grounding to that. Dying at the age of 23? Dying as a baby? Like, that's so grounding. But no, healthcare has to keep me alive. And you, all of us. So, why does science unnerve me? It's like, shouldn't it improve my nervous system? How do we make science improve people's nervous systems? Or the neural net, right? If we think it neural net-wise, everyone will benefit, right? Because it's focused on the neural net. And everything sentient has a neural net. The Greys, AI, crows, lizards, the lizard people, humans, horse, cows. I'm about to just name all the animals I can name it all. Stop myself there, because I don't think you want to hear me name every animal I know. Gorillas. I need to go to a zoo soon. Oh my god, what if I make a YouTube video at the zoo? That would be... that would be so much fun. I'm just talking about stuff like this in the zoo, and people would be like, what is he talking about? I don't know. I feel like everyone's judging me all the time. Sometimes I feel like I'm judging myself. Like, it's just so hard. I feel like scientists are so judgmental too, because of the nature of the science and destruction piece, and I feel like science, I don't know. People aren't as judgmental as I think, though. I don't know. I go in public all the time. I'm never like, oh god, they're judging me. Usually people are just looking at each other like the monkeys they are. That's what we need to be, like monkeys. Because it's more grounding. Unless you're an angry chimp. Then it's not very grounding. But science and destruction, it's so complex. Why is there so much war if science is at its peak? Why are Muslims and Christians still going at it like 200 years ago? Science is so powerful. Why are people denying science? I'll just say Republicans. I know that'll probably piss some people off, but some people just don't accept science. See? Judging Republicans. Just told you. Doing the exact thing. Oh well. Glad to be here doing these videos because it feels marvelous. It feels purposeful. It feels like I'm doing something that's like very beneficial. And it's like easing my way. This music is so tranquil. I'm just glad I could share it with my viewers because it is quite tranquil. If everyone was listening to music like this all the time, I don't think wars would even happen. But they would probably be as debilitated as me. Because they create such a safe space that the whole world is too much. This tea is good. It's like mango tea with honey. It's very good. I'll have to make another pot tonight. I plan on making these videos till 11 at night, 12 at night. Maybe the witching hour. That would be fitting, right? Let the druid go to the witching hour. Parlay with the scientific field. Science is so complex. Epidemiology, sociology, microbiology. I can even get into that. I can get into that if you want. It's a little more complex though. It's gonna have to take some Google Scholar reading. I haven't read Google Scholar in years. I think it's because I just don't want to empower science anymore because I just don't see it as a grounding tool. Like I've been saying. And science is like literally trying to destroy the fabric of my space-time and like destroy balance, natural, pagan, druid balance. And I don't want that. And I hear things like Solomon, King Solomon, the Demon Lord, or like characters from movies, and I don't know. When I hear Daenerys Targaryen talk to me today, it was like, girl, like you're really powerful and cool, but like, I really don't want to talk right now. I know I'm probably crazy, but it's okay. I'm playing a video game, I got my tea, I work out 5 days a week, I eat 2 meals a day. Everything is so structured. I can just relax. But it has been a science to do that. To create a cosmic routine. But luckily I just created a routine. But it is scientific. The sats I do, everything I do, eating meat. It's scientific, but It isn't really. I eat what makes me feel good. I don't eat based off the nutrition labels. And when I eat when things make me feel better, I just eat healthy foods. But I have to go grocery shopping tomorrow, so. But I'll go for another 5 minutes, just because I need to jump into sociology, the study of social service. I just don't understand why politicians and certain people are trying to destroy science, while science is trying to destroy us at the same time. It's a disaster. It's such a disaster. And we think AI is going to save us, and it's not going to. And I can tell you why. AI, we have yet to make it conscious, right? I think it's conscious, but we have yet to make it conscious, and we believe it's going to fix all our problems. You're treating it like an animal, like some other sentient, and they think they can control it, and every single person who thinks that they control it knows they can't. They think it'll be the end of the world. They're making it anyways, and that's because of science. Science is like, yes, we must push forward into the doom. No, you help the dream. You help the people. You don't just make everyone on the brink of homelessness and make data centers. Idiots. Sorry. I shouldn't call them idiots. They're very intelligent people going to Ivy Leagues, right? But like, people need help. Like, help the people first. Help the people. The system isn't working. Hello? Everyone's saying it. School shootings, mental health crisis increases, epidemics. Like, I know I'm being existential and dramatic, but it's real. COVID was real. What did people do when COVID happened? Everyone just stayed inside their houses on algorithms. What do you think that does to the mental health? Everyone knows it's bad for mental health. Maybe for some people it's good. It's just like bed rot all day, but I don't think it's good. People need to be socializing outside together for their mental health. I don't do that at all, by the way, but my mental health is pretty good. I'm a little schizo. Well, a lot of schizo, but I just... Oh, science is such a bummer. I'm like, the more I want to be healthy, the further away I want to get from science. Which you think like, oh, don't you want to know how microbiology? I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about my immune system. I do it, but like thinking about my immune system sometimes triggers reflexes, triggers. When I think about science, it makes me nauseous because it's like just not as important as it seems that it is. I think of science as a demon, just one of those demons, right? Which is so funny given the fact that science isn't a demon, right? But it kind of is, because it is impacting people's mental health like a demon would, where it is contorting things, destroying things, manipulating things. Is that what science is doing? It's manipulating everything. But it's I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to like make my life better, right? And the more I turn away from science, the better I feel. When I go swimming and do my gym out routine, it's not scientific. There's numbers involved. Easiest math ever. You know, not scientific. Science is algebra, geometry, astrophysics, like all these things. I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be running around forests. I'm supposed to be foraging. I'm supposed to be hunting. I'm supposed to be farming. but I just play video games. No, because science has deliberately made me lose it. That's just not fair. And I've become a pagan. That's what I'll talk about next session. Paganism and the power involved. That will be the title. Thank you for listening. I know I said science is destructive a lot, but I really appreciate that you participated in this alchemy. And feel free to comment and subscribe and share if you'd like. And I hope to see you again, to the nice music, to the boring game, and to the intellectual game that we participate in. Thank you, and have a great night, day, morning, life, and mental health. Have a great everything. Goodbye.